nestled in a valley between the mountains and Colorado Route 470 sits the ultimate home for NASA. The Proving Grounds. Built in 2012, the original design was for one singular Grand Prix style racetrack, but the plans fell through when NASA RallyCross was born. The circuit was then split into two separate courses, both with their own personalities. This circuit certainly has history, whether it's Josh Mertz going perpendicular to the track or MRT dueling away in 2016A. We are always in for a surprise as we arrive to the North Course in Lakewood, Colorado for round number 8 of the 2019B NASA RallyCross Challenge season. And the question is, who can stop Philip Kraus with 7 consecutive podium finishes? It's Josh Mertz bringing you the call, as always, for the Automotive Sports Network. Getting ready for this event today, and we'll take a look at the format as we finish up seeding. Round 1, quarterfinals. There's going to be 2 of them today. 6 laps. You have to take the Joker once, and the winner will transfer and get 2 bonus points. Everyone else in the semifinal. Those semifinals, 2 laps, 4 laps, 2 races, 4 laps. Joker lap once. The winner transfers and gets 1 bonus point. Others, the LCQ. That LCQ is 3 laps. You have to take the Joker once. The top 2 advance. It's going to be a 6-car final in Lakewood for 8 laps, and you have to take the Joker twice. The main focus is, of course, on Mertz, on Kraus. We're going to look at Noah Carmichael as well, getting on track. Philip Kraus holding the red plate in NASA RallyCross. He is the overall points leader over his teammate, and Noah Carmichael holds the blue plate. He is the points leader in the Privateer Cup. As we are finishing up seating, we're going to go ahead and take it off and get ready for quarterfinal number 1. And Brandon Lambert on track in car number 46. Here's Mertz in the 81. We're waiting for Chris Wetz in the 71. And then Philip Kraus in the 19. These two have had a hell of a battle all season long in the NASA RallyCross Challenge, and does not get any better than this. And while Mertz missed the final in Munich, had some poor races in Las Vegas, and last week in Vancouver, Philip Kraus has stretched this points lead. Chris Wetz is the only man to not have won a championship in this quarterfinal. Mertz, Kraus, Lambert, and Wetz getting ready to go for 6 laps in Lakewood. The grid's very tricky because it goes downhill. You have to hold the brake and hold the clutch. Green flag in Lakewood for the first quarterfinal. Mertz off the line leads his teammate ahead of Lambert and Wetz as we begin the first lap of the race. And remember, no jokers in the first lap. And that first corner is where Mertz came unglued with Dylan Livingood back in 2016A. Wetz battling Lambert, and Kraus now behind his teammate. Onto the backstretch. Used to be the front straightaway before they really revamped this circuit a couple years ago. As NASA hadn't been to the North Proving Grounds in quite some time. They had always run the South course, and the North course was a little bit dilapidated. But a couple years ago, NASA revamped it, and here we are as we take the second lap of the race. And the man who's second in points is leading over his teammate. These guys are having a nice battle for the third spot. Mertz jokers, so does Wetz. Wetz out of the ordinary for his strategy. He normally jokers at the end of the race. And now we're going to see if Kraus can pull away from his teammate holding the red plate. Or can Mertz get the gap back? Here's Lambert in the 46, inaugural champion of the NASA RallyCross Challenge back in 2012. He certainly, I don't believe he's actually raced here, as he won that championship before this track was built. Philip Kraus holds the lead on the third lap of the race. We'll have to see when he jokers. He's not going to joker yet. 40.868. Mertz ran a 40.696, but his joker lap was a 45.564. Lambert jokers, and the inaugural champion gets dispatched out of second. 45.101 for Wetz. He gets passed by Lambert and put the 71 back to 4th. There's no Dylan Livingood here today, no Joey Bailey here today, no Jacob Kraus here today, as those would make up the rest of our 11-car field. So we only have the 8 cars getting ready to take part. And I think Mertz actually cut the track there, exiting as we take cross flags for Philip Kraus. 40.249 for the Canadian. Fastest man on the circuit was, well, it is Philip Kraus now, once timing and scoring updates. And there's no gap. Mertz lost it on the Joker rotation. And Kraus takes the lead from his teammate. And this is a stamp of authority on this season. It is so strange to see because Philip Kraus has been in his own class all season long, and nobody can keep up with him. Lambert sliding it in the 46. And Wetz in the 71. Struggling as well as we take 2 laps to go for Philip Kraus. In car number 19, he has won 6 seeding rounds this season. Actually, make that 7 seeding rounds. 7 seeding rounds this season. This guy has not won any seeding rounds. Normally the king of seeding, but the 81 certainly has been struggling. Philip Kraus leads over his teammate 40.249, 40.696. It's a 0.4 of a second difference. So we're going to take the white flag in Lakewood for first quarter final. Kraus 40.697, Mertz a 40.416. He was 0.2 of a second faster that last lap, but I think he lost it when he took his Joker, as he was very slow entering the Joker, and that seals it. Off of the 4th corner there. 5th corner, sorry. Loses it under acceleration. Philip Kraus certainly knows a thing or two about winning seeding and winning quarterfinals. The championship leader extends his lead. He wins in Lakewood ahead of Brandon Lambert, Josh Mertz, and Chris Wetz. And 2 more bonus points for the Canadian solidifies his championship lead. Dylan Smith now on track in the 47, along with last week's winner, Cody Erdman, Casey Lester, and last week's shock podium finisher, Noah Carmichael, who denied MRT the podium sweep in Vancouver. As the privateers line up on pole, Noah Carmichael, then Cody Erdman, then Casey Lester, and Dylan Smith. Another 6-lap race here in Lakewood. This one's going to be a good one. This is going to be a good race between Dylan Smith and Cody Erdman. Not discrediting the privateers, but we'll have to see. Green flag in Lakewood. Carmichael gets a great start over the manufacturer cars as we begin the race. And we'll have to see if the Honda can take the fight into turn 1. Casey Lester gets confused. Carmichael straightens the corner. Lester takes to the Joker automatically. Disqualification for the 13. And Dylan Smith had some issues on the start as well. I think race control was considering red flagging, but it's basically over before it even started, as Erdman leads Carmichael and Dylan Smith. This is a very peculiar first lap, as Carmichael missed the corner entirely. Dylan Smith will have to take another look at the end of the race to see what happened to him. I think Casey Lester has been struggling all day in practice. Dylan Smith solidifies his problems as he spins on the final corner on that curb As it looks like Erdman jokers, it puts Carmichael through to the lead, but again, Carmichael's going to be off strategy. So we'll get a little bit of a taste of the pace differential between the manufacturer Subaru and the privateer Honda, and the two-time champion against the 2018A privateer champion. As Carmichael holds the lead as we begin the third lap over Cody Erdman. Erdman had a great race last week in Vancouver, defended well against his teammates, and the man who has not won, or had not won, since, I want to say, 2017A Watkins Glen. It's been a while for Erdman. Or sorry, 2017B Milwaukee. That was the Germans' last victory in the NASA RallyCross Challenge. That was that 1-2 finish for Area 52 in Kraus's first championship season. He's trying hard to get by the Honda of Carmichael. Carmichael's doing a very good job blocking the whole track as we take cross flags in Lakewood. 42.456, he jokers, and he's going to relinquish the lead to Erdman. As Erdman looks like he hit the wall there in the first sector. This first sector is very street circuit-like, with the walls very close to the track. As Dylan Smith hits the wall again, and that seals it for the 47. So we are left with two cars on track, and it's Erdman and Carmichael. As Dylan Smith won in Munich, and certainly has been struggling the rest of the season. 2 laps to go for Erdman in the 52. 42.602 if we look at Carmichael's fastest lap, 42.456. So interestingly, Carmichael's on pace with Erdman. It's just not when it counts. And the manufacturer Subaru, this program has certainly been developed to its ceiling if you can get all 3 cars to the highest potential. As we're coming to the white flag in the second quarterfinal. It's going to be the second week in a row, if Erdman can hold on, that MRT will sweep the quarterfinals in NASA Rallycross. We had 3 quarterfinals, or sorry, we had 3 quarterfinals 2 weeks ago in Las Vegas. And they did not sweep them in Vancouver last week, as the teammates came together and Wetz had taken the victory. As we go through the final couple of corners, Cody Erdman has survived the second quarterfinal, and 2 more bonus points to the Germans' championship tally. He wins the second quarterfinal ahead of Carmichael, Dylan Smith, and Casey Lester. As they were able to fix that car up very well, as Dylan Smith back on track for the first semifinal, as his teammate Brandon Lambert and Chris Wetz as well. So this is going to be a 4-lap race. Again, the winner transfers, but they only get 1 bonus point. So this is really going to see if the Hondas can hold up to the Mitsubishis. We know Revolution Racing has not been on pace, and they certainly have been struggling. Joey Bailey's had some prior commitments. He wasn't able to make it. Wetz has been the constant, but Wetz has been off pace. Very peculiar to see the man from Texas so far off pace. Dylan Smith, Lambert, and Chris Wetz, 4 laps in Lakewood. Green flag. Dylan Smith gets a great jump as we begin the first semifinal, and we head towards turn number 1. Wetz has split the Hondas into the first corner. Lambert to the inside of Wetz. And all 3 of these guys, Solstice Racing regulars, and Wetz gets tagged by Lambert. Lambert doing the gentlemanly thing, the unwritten rule, and stopping and waiting for the 71. But Wetz is having some of his own issues trying to get back under power, so Lambert served his penalty. And his teammate pulls away. So for the second race in a row, there's some issues on the first lap, and the leader benefits very highly as Dylan Smith leads at the end of the first lap. So we'll have to see the pace between the two Hondas. Obviously, Lambert kind of sealed his fate in the first corner, but Dylan Smith leads over his teammate. Lambert jokers, Wetz does not. Let's take a look from high above at the joker rotation. So Lambert loses second over Wetz. Dylan Smith coming across flags in the semifinal and pulling away. 41.357. As Wetz slides it, coming to the final corner, we caught the tail end of that. Not having a good day, as Lambert takes to the joker 45.294, and Wetz a 45.699. Dylan Smith loves this. He's out in the way from the rest of the field, certainly loving every minute of the clear track that he has, and he's recovered very well from the issues that he had had before. So he'll take the white flag in the quarterfinal. We'll have to take a look at his lap time, 40.759. And when Lambert comes around, we'll have to take a look at the lap times. He ran a 45.294 for his joker lap. And Lambert in the 46, what does he run? 41.832. So his younger teammate is a second faster than the inaugural NASA RallyCross champion. And he's got a huge gap over Lambert. Lambert and Wetz, after coming together on the first lap, have really sealed this and made it easy for Dylan Smith. Off the final corner, redeems himself and wins the first semifinal in Lakewood. 45.111 was his last lap, even faster than his veteran teammate. As Lambert to the LCQ in the 46, along with Chris Wetz in the 71. One last chance to get through. Noah Carmichael, Casey Lester, and Josh Mertz for the second semifinal here in Lakewood. As we round the circuit, getting ready to grid up the two privateers against the manufacturer Subaru. This should be a good race as well. We know that Carmichael is on pace with the constructor cars. It's all a matter of the 81 against the 18. 4 laps in Lakewood. Another car will transfer, get a bonus point. If the 81 can lessen the pain of his championship leading teammate winning the quarterfinal, that's all he's going to want to do, getting ready in Lakewood. Green flag. Off the line, the launch control of the manufacturer car, much better than the privateers, as he leads us down the front straightaway into turn number 1. Carmichael, Lester. Mertz leads. Out of sector 1, onto the back straightaway. These two getting very close. Blue plate holder is Carmichael, points leader in the Privateer Cup. both of these guys, former Privateer Cup champions, Lester in 2017 C and Carmichael in 2018 A. Six-time Drivers' Champion Mertz leads at the end of the first lap. He jokers immediately. Will Carmichael follow him? Yes. Will Lester? No. So we'll see the rotation. Lester hits the wall in turn one, and he'll go to the lead momentarily. But he has not taken his joker. 41.501. 42.412. So 7/10 the 81 has over Carmichael. Looks like he cut the track there. Race control told him to give up a little bit of time, so he did. That right-left chicane, very tricky because you come off the dirt, you can't see anything at all. As Lester takes cross flags in Lakewood. 41.879, 45 flat, 45.760. We know that Lester has to take his joker, but it's a matter of if he can hold up the 81 to get to the 18. But he also has to think if he holds up the 81 and gets the 18 in the equation, it's going to hinder him. As he runs it wide through the chicane into the penultimate corner. And this final sector is very tricky. This final corner right here, you have to hit it at an angle. Otherwise, you're going to do what Lester just did, send yourself out wide, and Mertz to the inside. Lester hits the wall as we take the white flag. And while it does not matter for any points, it's going to hurt him with his team, because now they've got to fix up that damage that was caused. And Noah Carmichael, laser focused for the Privateer Cup win in 2019B. So we can say that current or former MRT drivers will have sweeped the heat races here in Lakewood, Colorado, because Dylan Smith, former driver for MRT Junior, and he also won here in 2012. But that doesn't matter. Mertz is going to redeem himself partially, as he gets one bonus point ahead of Carmichael and Lester to try and prevent his teammate from getting farther away in the championship. Two men focused on screen, Casey Lester, Noah Carmichael. This is going to be a crucial race for them, because we know that Wetz and Lambert, the constructor cars, we hate to bet against the privateers, but we know the constructor cars are quick. We know they have a good chance of making it into the final. So Lester has to get a good start over Carmichael and hope that he can hold this lead. As we grid up for the LCQ in Lakewood. 3 laps, 2 cars will transfer, and we're going to find out who wins the privateer race. Unless something catastrophic happens and they both make it, we'll have to see. Getting ready for 3 laps in Lakewood. Carmichael, Lambert, Lester, and Wetz. Green flag. Carmichael gets a great jump over the rest of the field into turn number 1. He leads over Lambert and Wetz. Wetz on the back foot in the 71. Into turn 2, into turn 3, turn 4, turn 5. They're all very close. Lester battling with Wetz. And this isn't a good thing for the man from Texas, nor is it a good thing for the man from New York, as Casey Lester got a little loose there. Lambert getting very close to the privateer Honda, the manufacturer Honda. They share data, share cars, of course. And Carmichael ahead of Lambert, getting very close as we take 2 laps to go. Carmichael, Lambert, Wetz, and Wetz is on the back foot. Carmichael jokers. Where will this put him in the rotation? He's going to be put to last. 42.674. I'm not sure what's going on with Chris Wetz today in the 71, but the manufacturer Mitsubishi does not have the pace, and Casey Lester gets very close. And Lester smells blood. He can taste the final transfer, but he runs it off the road in the 13. Does the same thing that Wetz does. They both got really loose. Lambert loves this. White flag in Lakewood in the LCQ. Carmichael gets by Lester, and Lester hasn't jokered yet, so that's going to seal it. Where is Wetz? Where is Lambert? Where's Carmichael? Carmichael comes out. He's going to be battling Lambert. Wetz is on the outside looking in. Lambert battling with Carmichael. And Carmichael, on pace, holds off Lambert. Final couple of corners for Lambert. Not that it matters. He would still be transferring, but you know he doesn't necessarily want to lose to a customer car in the LCQ. Final corner for Wetz. Can he make anything happen? Or will Revolution Racing be shut out at their home track? They will. Carmichael wins. Lambert second. Outside looking in is Wetz in Revolution Racing hometown. And Lester finishes 8th. And for the second consecutive week, no Revolution Racing in the final. And this is huge because we know how powerful they are and how determined they are to succeed, not only at their home tracks, but at any circuit. And here they are, not having the greatest of times. As we get ready for the 7th round of the NASA RallyCross Challenge in 2017B, we grid up the field. On pole position, Philip Kraus in car number 19, then Dylan Smith, then Josh Mertz, then Cody Erdman. And on the back row, it's going to be Noah Carmichael and Brandon Lambert. So Noah Carmichael will win the privateer race in Lakewood, his 3rd win this season. It's going to be all to play for between the drivers, and we'll have to see what happens for the overall win. As Philip Kraus, 6-point lead over his teammate, holds the red plate. As we get ready for the 7th round of NASA RallyCross, and we get ready to race in Lakewood. Glad you can join us all season long. Green flag in Lakewood. Philip Kraus, terrible start. And Dylan Smith, no. Cody Erdman leads us as we begin the first lap of the race. Into turn number 1. Mertz side by side with Dylan Smith into turn number 1. Kraus slices the inside of his teammate. Erdman off the wall. Smith off the wall. And MRT is 1, 2, 3 in Lakewood. Erdman gets a little squirrely. Kraus to the inside of his teammate, showing that he is not going to be denied for this championship. Side-by-side contact between the teammates, and Mertz gets shoved to 4th to the inside of Dylan Smith. Can he hold 3rd? As Erdman leads Kraus, Dylan Smith slides it, gets really loose, can't hold the 3rd spot. Lambert in 4th. As the Honda teammates come together, Lambert gets turned by Dylan Smith, and the MRT teammates battling away for the race lead. As Erdman holds the lead, who will joker on the first opportunity? Erdman does. That might have hindered him. He couldn't get the best run into the joker. Mertz gets by his teammate. Lambert, Carmichael jokers. Dylan Smith does not. And now, where have we seen this before? Kraus and Mertz, 1-2 with Erdman in 3rd. As Dylan Smith leads the Honda Brigade ahead of the privateer Carmichael and Lambert in 6th. And the one thing that you do not want to do, if you're anybody else, is let Philip Kraus get ahead with clear track. He's a magician. He'll somehow pull something out of the hat and pull away. 40.794 for the Canadian. To put that in perspective, his teammate just ran a 41.704, a full second quicker. Erdman jokers again. The strategy's complete. This is going to put the Subarus in the ranks of the Hondas. Mertz gets ahead of Dylan Smith. Erdman is going to be trapped behind the 47 of Dylan Smith. We'll just have to keep an eyeball on the 19 of Kraus and see what he can do lap time wise. 40.794, fastest lap. 41.704, like we mentioned at the beginning, for Mertz, beginning lap number 4. 44.429. Kraus has not jokered. Lambert 6th, Carmichael 5th, Erdman 4th. Running order has not changed. Mertz jokers to complete the strategy for the 81. He hits the wall. He's going to be behind his teammate and behind Dylan Smith. I think it's all coming unglued for the other two MRT cars to try and take the fight to Philip Kraus. 10 seconds up the road. 40.072 for the Canadian. Nearly into the 39-second bracket as we take cross flags. 40.406. The teammates pushing very hard to try and take the podium sweep. They were denied of this last week in Vancouver. 42.036 for Erdman, 44.802 for Mertz. Dylan Smith, 40.464. He's showing pace. But Philip Kraus, who has not jokered yet, remember, certainly on a charge. As Lambert slides it in the 46 again. 3 to go for Philip Kraus. 40.592. As these two battling to the death. 40.883. 821, 679. So Kraus is checking out from the rest of the field. Looks like Mertz cuts the track there, but he gives up some time. Kraus is half a track ahead of these guys. And this is a very dominating performance. And this happened before at this track. I want to say it was 2018A here. Kraus just pulled away. Set sail, sayonara, whatever other terms you want to use. And he proved why he's a force to be reckoned with in this championship, trying to get another title. As contact between the teammates, where have we seen that one before? Where have we said that one before? Mertz stops, lets his teammate go. This might hurt them for a podium sweep, as Dylan Smith, he has to joker. I think he has to joker again. These two are going to be battling for second and third. As Kraus way up the road in the 19 like we talked about. Carmichael battling with Lambert. This is for 5th and 6th. And Philip Kraus will round the final corner to take the white flag in Lakewood. 44.204. I don't think Dylan Smith, that's not going to help him, obviously. We just started talking about where I think he has a joker left, and he runs it wide on the final corner. Have to take a look from high above. For car number 47, he takes to the joker. Mertz and Erdman go by, so MRT is sitting on a podium sweep for the first time this season, and for the first time since Tristan Hagenstein won in Riverside in 2016A. This man does not care about a podium sweep, does not care about his teammate. All he cares about is another victory in the NASA RallyCross Challenge. Kraus dominates in Lakewood and wins ahead of his teammates, as Erdman will lead Mertz in an MRT podium sweep. Mertz, Erdman, Dylan Smith, Brandon Lambert, Noah Carmichael, Chris Wetz, and Casey Lester round out the running order. As Philip Kraus takes the victory in Lakewood ahead of his teammates as they pose for a pacing opportunity, and the second time in the team's history that a podium sweep has occurred. As Kraus, if we do quick math and points, 11-point lead over his teammate. As this is getting very large in points as well. Actually, correction, 17 points over his teammate. As they burn it down in Lakewood, we go to Negus next week, and that certainly will be a fascinating race. As Philip Kraus, 21st career win on the NASA RallyCross Challenge, second all-time on the wins list behind his teammate who has 40 wins. And Philip Kraus, to put it into perspective, a couple years ago, had no wins, and now he's sitting second all-time. Certainly an immense achievement for the Canadian. As Noah Carmichael wins the Privateer Cup for drivers here in Lakewood. And it gives him his third win this season. We hope you enjoyed today's coverage of the Lakewood RallyCross Grand Prix here on the Automotive Sports Network. We will see you in 1 week from Negus in Canyon City, and that circuit will certainly be amazing. But from all of us here at ASN, we'll see you next week. So long, everyone.